Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wild. Today we are talking about Shopper Rewards Card from Instacart. So Instacart has been pushing shoppers to get a Shopper Rewards Card recently, which is their new banking system. And I have my opinions on it, but I would like to talk more about that. So in this video, we are talking about everything you must know about the Shopper Rewards Card from Instacart, what they have been saying versus how it actually is, and everything in between. But before we do that, let's go over a quick disclaimer. The content of this video does not contain, is never intended to be, legal, business, financial, tax, or health advice of any kind. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It is advised that you conduct your own research and consult qualified professionals before applying anything you find online. I also want to be clear that everything that we're going to be going over is very market to market and case by case. What applies to me and my market may not apply to you. So with that said, let's get started. What Instacart says about the Shopper Rewards Card. Get rewarded and save more with the Shopper Rewards Business Debit Card and account powered by Branch. Shoppers get fast, free auto payouts after every batch, plus cashback on eligible gas and EV charging. The higher your CartStar tier, the more cashback you can earn. Sign up hassle-free with no credit checks or minimum balance requirements. I'm not a fan of how blatantly attached your tiers and ratings are going to be to this card. Like, I know there are diamond cart shoppers that are just clicking their heels at this, but for those of us who work multiple apps or even have their own app-based card on those said apps, this is kinda Also, I find the whole no minimum balance requirements point to be kind of funny, but more on that later. Fast access to your earnings. Get automatically paid after every batch to your Shopper Rewards account at no cost to you. Yeah, this is kind of standard for gig-based cards and is the primary selling point to all of them, but that also said, I'm a strong believer in not letting these apps having access to your money or see how much money you have available to you. Branch is different because a lot of apps use it, but I still wouldn't let them hold my money for any extended period of time, but that's just me. Also, the point about fast access to your earnings is fundamentally inaccurate, but more on that later. Get up to 4% cash back on gas as a diamond card. Get 1 to 3% cash back when you pay at the pump with your Shopper Rewards Card at any gas station, with additional MasterCard exclusive gas savings at select stations. You could save a total of 2 to 4% cash back. The higher your card status, the more you earn. Plus, get cash back earned from the card adds up when you earn with CartStar through Upside. This sounds good and a reason someone would want to build their CartStar status on the account, but that doesn't mean you should compromise your own standards to accomplish this. This type of cashback should be icing on the cake and not the cake itself. Also, how frustrating is the phrase select stations? Like, why is it select stations and not all stations? Or at least name a brand of gas stations that somebody could look up and see if they're near them. Like, why is it select? Like, 4% cashback sounds good until you realize that none of those select gas stations are near you, or that gas station is naturally higher priced in your area anyway, so it's not worth it. Like, you're spending more to get cash back. Like, a shopper should be able to look into that to make an educated decision, but it just doesn't say. It only says select. Kinda nonsense if you ask me, but whatever. Important, select credit or bypass PIN to receive cash back on qualifying purchase. Selecting debit or entering your PIN number will disqualify. This is standard, but I find it interesting that this was part of an image and not the text that I could copy and paste. Like, I had to type it in. I wonder how that would affect SEO. Like, would it make it harder to find that information in a single search on Google? Would that information become more buried as you search for it? Also, what question would you ask pre-sign up to acquire this information and make an informed decision on whether or not you want to sign up? These are important questions that have a lot to do with how Instacart will be contesting the concept of paying you your cash back. I have a feeling this might cause some problems for people later. More exclusive benefits. EV charging. Get 1 to 3 cash back based on your CartStar status. Hotels and restaurants. Get up to 4% cash rebates when you make eligible purchases. ATM cash withdrawals. Withdraw cash for free on your first 8 withdrawals each month at 55,000 ATMs. I feel like a lot of these benefits are starting to become less exclusive than they let on. Like, I know not all cards have benefits to this nature, but they seem to be expanding to a lot of different cards. Also, I can tell that some of these benefits are based on the idea that this is more of a debit card, not a credit card. But the point of benefits like this, in my mind, is to have more opportunities to earn while building up your credit score, which has long-term benefits for your life and not just your financial health. And for people that are going to inherently have a hard time building your credit, that becomes more important than people realize. Regardless, the point is that these types of benefits are becoming pretty standard today. Frequently asked questions. Instacart also provided a fair amount of FAQs on this subject, so I'm going to be pulling from the same page I got all this from. What is the Instacart Shopper Rewards app? The Instacart Shopper Rewards app, powered by Branch, is a digital business account and debit MasterCard that supports you to reach your goals and more seamlessly access your earnings. You can use your card to pay for purchases anywhere MasterCard is accepted. Branch is a company that a couple of companies already use. Like, they used to work with Walmart Spark before they started prioritizing their one banking system. Freight uses them for their payments as well. Honestly, a lot of these companies use this app already, which is a different perspective for me, to be honest, because I remember getting into this point when the Dasher Direct card was a thing on DoorDash, the DoorDash Crimson card and other cards of this nature, and I'm thinking, man, I've never heard of Payfare before. I've never heard of this company before, blah, blah, blah. And I know Uber used to use Branch for their Pro Rewards card, or maybe they still do. But nevertheless, it's nice to see a company that's actually more recognizable nowadays, or a company that has been around for a while is actually becoming more recognizable today, even if they're smaller right now. Who is Instacart's digital banking partner? Banking services are provided through Lead Bank. Member FDIC. Instacart has partnered with Branch, a financial technology company and program manager for Lead Bank, to provide you secure, fast access to your earnings after every batch. Branch powers the Instacart Shopper Rewards app, a digital business account where you can track your earnings, save with cashback benefits, and manage your savings goals. I have seen a fair amount of complaints from Lead Bank, and some are starting to be more concerning than others, like unauthorized account signups, major discrepancies in credit reporting, and stolen funds. But what I have found to be the most concerning is how the unauthorized account signups are from Instacart as a primary example from Google, which leads to various levels of speculation. Would Instacart want to partner with a bank that has caused unauthorized signups to their platform, keep their shoppers' money with them to be stolen or manipulated, or rip the opportunity from shoppers to grow their own credit by offering them benefits that a credit card would provide and removing the protections that would naturally come with a credit card? Obviously, that is pure speculation. This is a mouthy little shit online wearing a tinfoil hat that's being really put to work, but nevertheless, it is something that is to be considered. If I disappear, you know who did it. Is Branch a bank? No, Branch is a financial technology company that provides secure, faster access to earnings through banking services provided by Lead Bank, member FDIC. This is such a side tangent, but if you're also keeping money in Branch because those accounts have been signed up through Freight or like some other gig company, those accounts would be FDIC insured and are partnering with banks for that. Lee just happens to be an example. Don't think that if you leave your money in a Branch account, suddenly your account could be compromised and something could happen to your Branch or Lead and you would be SOL. This isn't like leaving your money in your PayPal or Venmo, not an actual account, just leaving it in the I've received money section section of the account getting hacked and being fucked because of it, there is a level of protection there. Obviously, that doesn't mean you give away your passwords, but still. Is the Instacart Shopper Rewards Card a debit or a credit card? The Instacart Shopper Rewards Card is a business account and master debit card. So you could do things like make purchases, transfer money to and from external accounts, and get up to 8 fee-free withdrawals per month at over 55,000 all-point ATMs. A $3.50 fee will apply to any withdrawal after the 8th transaction until next month. First off, most cards like this have been reported to be less like getting a debit card and more like a prepaid card. And they have noticed limitations on when and where you could use it, when you have low balances, etc. Like if you go to a gas station with less than $75, it's declined at the pump. That is a standard for cards like this. I can't confirm if that's actually the case with this card because I'm not an active shopper on Instacart in terms of like taking orders, but that is a common factor with cards like this. Also, being hit with fees like this seems ridiculous in general now, but this is out of control. Imagine just living your life and swiping your card where necessary and then getting hit with more and more fees. Heck no. This is also a great example of people being forced into situations that keep you poor. Like, have you ever noticed that being poor seems more expensive than becoming wealthy or having a consistent income or life foundation? Like, sure, it's cheaper up front, but the long-term costs are absolutely nuts. Owning a car is more expensive to get a car, but Ubering everywhere costs more over time. Using those accounts and getting hit by fees for trying to withdraw your money just to avoid having a monthly maintenance fee is crazy. Does the Instacart Shopper Rewards Card require a credit check? No, there's no credit check as this is a debit card, not a credit card. Once the Instacart Shopper Rewards Card is available to all shoppers in the United States, any shopper in the United States is welcome to apply and most will be approved within minutes. ID verification is required. I have made my stance on this pretty clear, but having a way to get your pay the same day without it costing anything is kind of nice, but let's be honest, I don't think it is worth it for me personally, speaking of me, because I am not an active shopper, but I could see how others would feel differently. So don't just take my word for it at face value. Do what is best for your life. What exclusive benefits do I get with the Instacart Shopper Rewards Card? Please see a summary of the exclusive card benefits that you can get with the Shopper Rewards Card. To earn cash back on qualifying purchases, select credit or bypass PIN. Selecting debit or entering your PIN number will disqualify your purchase from earning cash back. You can find the location of over 55,000 all-point ATMs in the Shopper Rewards app. Yeah, most of the benefits they mentioned that are worth anything are diamond benefits for Diamond Cart Rewards members, and I haven't made an official video on this yet, but I still don't think it's totally worth it in my opinion. In order to get the Diamond Cart Rewards, you have to conduct a certain amount of shops per quarter. And honestly, I just don't shop for them very often at all. With their base rate dropped as much as they did, I found that most orders at my level just aren't worth it or worth the time commitment. I know that most of the orders' best paying opportunities come from orders that were larger and had bigger tips, but still, if you have to take terrible orders just to justify conducting orders of this nature and getting these kind of rewards, it's just not worth it. Instacart influence on your account. Look, I have never liked the idea of allowing a company to have long-term influence on my account, which is why I tend to steer away from cards like this altogether. This isn't even a concept that is just Instacart or DoorDash or any of these gig companies, by the way. This is any company that I've ever worked for. For a few years, I worked in banking, and many of the people that I worked with in those banks said, while the banks have the benefit of giving their highest value account to their employees with no cost, they wouldn't want to open their account with them due to the overall concern of having the people they work for to have a viewpoint of how much money they make or have in their accounts. Same goes for all of these accounts. Like, I wouldn't want them to have that kind of information personally, but still, this is not the shopper card. The shopper card is for buying customers' items on the behalf of the driver, not for you specifically. Don't mix them up. You can make these purchases yourself and get the reimbursement, but it's often more of a headache than it's worth. Seriously, don't mix those cards up. This isn't the same thing. I've made a separate video on the shopper card itself, so feel free to check that out. But don't waste time and energy trying to fight for reimbursements. Like, I know that Instacart makes it easier and they are better about it, but just don't. Customer tips. Customer tips are available for deposit 2 hours after each delivery is completed. So much for fast and instant, right? But the 2-hour window allows for customers to adjust the amount after the order has been delivered. Yes, that means it could come in lower than the initial amount, which is why I tend to steer away from this app, because imagine spending the amount of time and energy it takes to shop for all the items from a customer, drive there, drop off the order, and realize they tip baited you. And that said, the deposit can also be high, but personally, I wouldn't want to work with customers that pull that shit. Final thoughts. Look, this isn't a video to tell you whether or not you should or shouldn't get this card yourself, or if you should or shouldn't try to build your Instacart account properly to actually have access to the house higher paying offers. Personally, I don't like this card, but I know that there is absolutely an argument for just having the instant pay, and that can be incredibly valuable for some shoppers, especially if they want to transfer their income as quickly as possible. This is also really valuable for shoppers who have long time established themselves to be diamond cart shoppers, as they will receive the maximum value of benefits from the platform as a whole, and not just this card. This video is meant to help you decide what is best for your goals, your position, and your values, and if it fits what you're looking for, go for it. I really hope it works out for you. I personally have a different overall mission and what I am looking for, but that's just me. Do what is best for your personal financial situation. Regardless, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, check out my website, drivenwyld.com, if you'd like to learn more about some of the services and gig platforms we have talked about in the past and are offering to gig workers today. And if you want to stay on the cutting edge of what is happening in the gig economy today and be in the know of what most people are talking about, make sure to check out our new channel, the Gone Wild Live Clips and Podcast, where we take the live streams we hold on Thursdays at 9 p.m., cut them down to more digestible clips, and have them posted there. Also, check out my Patreon for more exclusive clips, full-length live stream replays, and other membership perks for self-employed individuals who want to grow and scale their business. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching.